Well, that actually went a lot easier than I expected. However, what I do realize is, one, I had mentioned it earlier, I'm going to have to put a plug out here. Waterproof plug. Either over here someplace, or on this corner over here someplace. Probably there would be the best. Or down here on this corner, once I get that growth out of there. Oh shit, what are you gonna do? But anyway, once I get that out of there, maybe I'll put it right there. I don't know. I need an outdoor plug. Then I noticed that I was running the air hose out here. I should have an air fitting out here as well. So I got to put electric out here and an air fitting out here so that I don't have to run cord in and out through the doors or windows if I need air or electric. So that's what I'm up against. Now I do have electric over in that shack that I can plug into, so that's not a big deal. But, you know, I mean, why run all that cord if I don't have to? Especially if I got bad weather out here. So, now this actually cut a lot quicker and easier than I thought. I used a metal blade, 24 tooth, and it seemed to work just fine. What I did was, however, I took the air tool, wherever I put that. Okay. I had an air cutter around here someplace. And what I did was I drew a line, I scored it with the air cutter, the wheel, and then I put a little oil on it, and it cut right through. Now I got to figure out what I do with the cutter. Okie dokie. Alright, so I have the hole drilled. Hello down there. Hello. Everybody home? Anyway, the blade and the jig work fine. Now it's cutting through the tin. No problem. Problem now is I'm cutting through two pieces, and they're kind of tight together, but yet they're not tight together. So that second piece may want to do a lot of vibrating. So this may be a bit of a problem. If so, I will have to slide the top one and do each one. But as long as I got this hole, I kind of know where I'm at. But if I do have to take the top off, I'll do a second hole just to make sure that I have a complete lineup when I do my circle. So it's not going too bad. However, the bottom metal, because there was a little apparently waver there or something, kind of forced me off. Either that or it's just me. It's a strong possibility it was just me. I got about another inch to go, and then after I get that off, then I will try to finish out and round it off the rest of the way. But it's cutting through both of them with no problem. I just have to make sure that I apply a lot of downward pressure and move slowly. And a little oil helps a lot. That's a 24 tooth metal blade. So, but it works. It's working. Houston, we have a hole. Hello. No echo though. Hello. I used the sweet. Where does salt come from? I forgot where it came from. But anyway, I should have an echo. I got it filled with wood, ready to go. Anyway, there's our hole. Now, because this has a little contour to it, I'm thinking about pulling a pin, raising it up from the bottom, bolted it from the bottom. Because, as you can see, there's a contour there, and I really don't want that. Because I don't want to take any chances of anything, and I don't want to take a chance of this trying to bend up and snapping this. So, it's not a big deal if this is a little crooked underneath, as long as this is tight and secure around here and keeps this down tight and secure, which it will. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull that out, pull this out, put it in from the bottom. Alright, so where are we? Top is on. I just threw those up there to get them off the ground because I wanted to start cleaning up this mess that was over here. So at least it's cleaned up a bit. Those are not going to stay there. That's going to be closed in solid except for 6 inches either side of the door. Alright, but more than likely. Those are just right there now. One, help keep the leaves out of there. We don't need any hot leaves blowing inside. And keep the animals and things out for now. Once I cut another hole, I got that hole cut there. But once I cut another one over here, then I can start placing the bricks down in some type of an organized manner. So that's where we are so far. So don't mind the mess on the top, like I say. Once I get the other hole cut and drop this crap on my foot, you'll there you go. There you go. Don't mind the sticks sticking up. I just threw them in there and they didn't go all the way because I got fire in there ready to burn. So, or wood rather. So that's where that's at. I came up from the bottom with it and I used tapered nuts and bolts, so we should be all set. I'm going to put a little Loctite on them or maybe just wreck the thread so that they can't come undone. There are lock washers under it. This is where I'm going to cut the other hole to go into there. So if everything works right, that's what will be going on. And then I can organize these, and whatever I'm not using, I can stack them up either alongside or put them inside and in the void, because they are fire bricks, so they will hold and maintain some heat for a while, which would be nice. So anyway, that's where we are at. So tomorrow I'll do that. I cut that piece of tin off so we can get off this down the side. I may see this it's heavy. Put it right there for now, I guess. Don't worry about the growth. I'm going to chop that off ASAP. So that's that. Now, you know what? I was thinking, for $85, which it's a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. I'm thinking about going to get another piece. Now that one, I don't know if I'm going to have enough to fill both sides with it. I know I'll have enough to do one side. If I cut the rest of this off the back, I can weld it together and I'll have enough to do the other side. I just don't know if I just want to piecemeal it or not. All I need is another piece, so for $85, you know what, it may be worth for me just to go buy another sheet and have it, because I mean you can always use tin, steel, metal, whatever you want to call it. You can always use it. Yeah, so this is 14 gauge, so it's not real tough and it's not real thick. I can actually cut this with my nibbler if I was able to find it. I've got an air nibbler that would cut that with no problem. It'll cut 14, but finding it's the issue. Knowing me, I probably lent it to somebody. So that's so much for that. So I'm going to bring the welder out here during the week and I'll get the steel up and I'm going to tack it, and I'm going to tack it right to the tank, and we should be ready to burn, hopefully. I would have liked to got it done today, but my truck, the starter went on it. Yesterday, Friday, I had a class I had to give. I got up early in the morning, came out, went to start the truck, nothing, nada, not a click, nada. Now meanwhile, I put a new battery in it the night before, thinking, maybe I just had a bad battery because I had that drainage, 2.5 amp drain. Now I didn't know, okay. I disconnected the battery overnight a few weeks ago and it seemed to have held. So, I think, well, it can't be the battery. But then when you've already, went through everything else, pulling every fuse and every relay and still having that damn short, right? And instead of taking it to the dealer and possibly getting raped, I figured, you know what? The battery that's in there is 2 years old. It's a 5-year battery. It's a Napa battery, however. Napa, I haven't had good luck with their batteries lately. Now, I'm sure that they're made by everybody else, but for some reason, I've been having problems with Napa batteries after a couple of years. I had to replace one of my wife's car, and she had a 5-year heavy-duty Napa, and I had to replace it after 2 years. So anyway, I got in the car yesterday and went to start it. Nothing. Dead. Kaput. I said, well, 2 new batteries. I hit the jump start for the rear battery. Nothing. Kaput. Well, sounds like a starter to me. you know, or a relay or something, but I didn't have time to fool with it because I had a class and I had to get there in another half an hour, and yet I had to still stop and get my breakfast and then get there and get set up. So I just told the wife, I'm taking your car, you call work, you're staying out of work today, you're taking a day off. And I took her car and went. And when I got back, come to find out that the wife had locked the door on the van. So when Chris, the mechanic, came to get it, he couldn't get in. So, and nobody had a key for me. And so, you know, but the doors were supposed to be unlocked. Hello? But anyway, that's where we were at. So today, I got it over to Chris's, and he believes it's the starter. So I said, Chris, I'm not going to sit here and worry about banging on it, crawling underneath in the wintertime, dealing with this thing. I want it to be dependable. So if you think it's a starter, let's change it. And if it's not, we'll take it from there. You know, but dependability is important for me in a vehicle. You know, when the wife's working, if I have to go someplace, I have to go someplace. You know, if somebody calls me up and says, I got to get certified, you know, can you meet me at the range at noon? I got to be able to get there. So, you know, if I got to go to the doctor's, I got to be able to get there. If I got to get parts, go to Home Depot, I definitely have to be able to get there. So anyway, he's putting a new starter on it today. It may come back today. If not, I'll have it first thing in the morning. And if I get it tomorrow, I'll run down to Home Depot. If it got back today, I would have gone and finished this. But if everything works right, hopefully I'll be done tomorrow. So that's where we're at, guys. Started cleaning up that corner, as you can see. Still have the old door there, but I want to take that piece of Plex sand out of that before I destroy it and burn it. I got those 6x8s over there. Alright, we got some nails in them. I want to pull the nails out of them and then decide what I'm going to do. Now I do have a whole pile of heavy duty 6x8s, 4x10s, 6x10s in the back. So I may just bring those back there. And the studs that you see over here, all these 2x4s, I think they're full of nails. So if they are, and if they're all nailed together, you know, I may be able to use them for braces under the counter, which is probably what I'll use them for. And then the taller ones I can use for leg supports. So those are going to get used. Alright guys, it's getting cold. I'm going in. I got to fill those 2 holes. So I'm going to take some brick in with me and put them on the masonry saw. I got a masonry drop saw with, you know, chop saw with a masonry 10 or 12 inch blade in it. So put a little water on it and cut those puppies up and fill those 2 in, and I'm ready to go. Alright, got that cut. I didn't cut it all the way. I cut it about half the way, then I just broke it the rest of the way. We'll see what happens. I was throwing way too much dust in here. That's something I got to do outside. As you can see it, I think you can probably see it. There's a lot of dust in here. And breathing in masonry dust is something I don't feel like doing right now. So